CNBC TV 18 presents Digital India Vision 7.0, powered by MasterCard. Ushering in India's Techade on 24th August 2022.
Well, Aadhaar has been one of the key pillars of government's Digital India program. Being the largest biometrics-based identification system in the world, Aadhaar is a strategic policy tool for social and financial inclusion, public sector delivery reforms, managing fiscal budgets, increasing convenience, and promoting hassle-free, people-centric governance. Now, India has generated a total of 133 crore Aadhaar IDs till date. And the overall Aadhaar coverage stands at 92.7%, with nearly 100% coverage amongst adults. Now, Network 18 has been at the forefront to highlight the success of Digital India's mission through its Digital India Vision initiative. Now, today, we have with us Dr. Saurabh Garg, CEO of the UIDAI. Sir, thank you so much for joining us, for sharing some time and your perspective with us. First question, how do you look at the long journey of Aadhaar from its very inception to where it stands today?
I think when we started off, there was a very large population who did not have a nationally acceptable ID. And because of the lack of an identification methodology, it led to exclusion and denial of services. All these have been taken care of because of the existence of Aadhaar now. As you mentioned, nearly 100% of the adults who are resident in India now have an Aadhaar. Aadhaar is there even for the most vulnerable and the people living in the remote areas who are able to easily say who they are. The simple question of being able to prove who am I is no longer an issue. And that in itself has led to a substantial inclusion of people who are otherwise on the margins. So I think it has helped efficiency, it has helped transparency and accountability. This inclusivity of Aadhaar has been a basis for a lot of these measures.
That's interesting to hear. But taking it a step forward now, Digital India has really been a spectacular success. For the first time, we had things like the JAM Trinity. How did it prove to be a game changer in reaching out to the last mile service delivery?
The JAM Trinity, which is a Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile, has really helped to spearhead the direct benefits transfer scheme of the government. Due to the Jan Dhan banking account scheme, more than 43 crore bank accounts have been opened for people who are never in the formal banking system. And because of that, the second aspect of that has also been linkage of these bank accounts with Aadhaar, which has meant that Aadhaar effectively became the financial address, due to which transfer of funds was possible. Third leg of this trinity, the mobile, which is as ubiquitous as the bank account and the Aadhaar. This also ensured that people could be onboarded, could be informed, could keep track of what has happened in their banking system or the financial system. And because of this JAM Trinity, there has been one other major benefit, which is the Aadhaar-enabled doorstep banking. Even if a brick and mortar bank is not available in the immediate vicinity of the village, because of the micro ATM or the point of sale machine, which is available in every shop nearby, people can operate their bank accounts. They can deposit money into the bank, withdraw money from their bank account without the bank really being nearby. So because of this doorstep banking has become a reality. And it is only because of the JAM Trinity that we have nearly 1,000 odd social welfare schemes which are being implemented using this Trinity and using the DBT platform.
Well, let's also talk, Mr. Garg, about New Frontiers. Now, under the National Program on AI, multiple centers for transformational AI would be set up across the country. How are emerging technologies being used to eliminate fake or duplicate identities for smart governance?
Artificial intelligence and machine learning, I think these are technologies which we are using to strengthen Aadhaar, the Aadhaar ecosystem. For example, we have introduced face authentication last year in October 2021, which was also in response to the COVID pandemic, where touchless biometric, the need for a touchless biometric was felt. And we are using AI and ML to do a liveness check, for example, for the face authentication, and that strengthens the Aadhaar. Similarly, fingerprint biometric is being strengthened by the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Going forward, we hope to be able to do quality check of the documents which are submitted, so that to weed out fake documents and attempts to give fake information in the Aadhaar ecosystem. There are other technologies which are more on the horizon, things like quantum computing and others that I'm sure we keep a track of, and we will continue to incorporate them in the best manner to increase and strengthen the credibility and the security of Aadhaar ecosystem.
Also, let's take a step back from Aadhaar. We have the benefit of this time with you. Let me also get your thoughts on the larger picture. Now, today, India is aiming to become a $1 trillion digital economy. Now, in your idea, in your assessment, what would be some of the key factors that would, in fact, help in driving this growth?
One of them is obviously the need for high speed and affordable internet. And I think that is being enabled through the BharatNet program, through the optical fiber that are being laid, and the 5G rollout plans which have already happened as we speak. So this is really a need, and the more than 6 lakh villages are being connected through this optical fiber. I think the second point, which will further give an impetus to the $1 trillion digital economy, is the fact that the government is going in for an attempt for a universal digitization of the government services. And I'm sure going forward, a lot of the private services would also be digitized. This itself will ensure that the speed of operations that we work on is so much more, and there'll be no requirement of an interface of a human interface. A lot of the Make in India digital products that are being discussed and being talked about will further this attempt and this focus on the $1 trillion digital economy.
Right, Mr. Garg, India does today stand at a new frontier, at an edge. But let me just also get your final thoughts now. A message that perhaps you would want to leave our viewers with for the initiative by CNBC TV18 of Digital India Vision 7.0 and the experiences that you witnessed over 7 years from the very inception of the Digital India mission.
So I think going forward, digitization would perhaps become the default way of rendering any user service. The pandemic obviously has taught us the benefits and the virtues of embracing digital more wholeheartedly. No doubt, while going forward, we will have to strike the fine balance between security, individual privacy, and the ease of service delivery, which would be needed as we go forward. India has already become the leader in the global leader in digital payments, with more than 40% of the digital payments being there. And it's great that CNBC TV18 has been doing this consistently over the past 7 years. And as we go forward, I'm sure discourses like this will help to catalyze the digital economy and the digital work that is being doing in the country. So thank you for inviting me for this.
Right, Mr. Garg, thank you so much for joining us, for sharing your time as well as a perspective on the Digital India mission. We wish you the best in this journey forward as India embarks on what has been called to be what has been termed as India's decade. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you.
CNBC TV18 presents Digital India Vision 7.0, powered by Mastercard, ushering in India's Techade on 24th August 2022.